Let's get into
You
it.
think Xbox would have an app for it?
I want to get this done so Fran
douchebags.
doesn't miss his grandma's party. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of Popcast. This week we're going to touch on Halo, which we tried out the beta. We're going to talk about Nintendo, Phil Spencer, and a little bit of Konami. I'm the host, Chris. We got Matt Man on the line.
Hello.
And Fran.
Stop.
AKA
Who's Matt
Thor.
Spencer?
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer. Who's that guy?
Phil Spencer runs Xbox. All right, let's start.
Okay.
So this week,
Fuck that Matt Spencer guy.
this week we wanted to talk about Game Pass. Game Pass has recently hit 30 million subscribers, and we want to know, does Sony need an answer to Game Pass? They kind of have their own little thing going, but you're not getting the games that you're getting on Game Pass. You're not getting the quantity or the new games coming out. They're giving you old PS4 games to play. And I'm wondering, do you think like PS4 or 5 now is going to need Game Pass moving forward?
Yeah, I think.
Now, do you think they're
like,
going to come up with an answer, or just something similar that can get them by?
I think eventually they will just adapt what Xbox has.
Well, Xbox has already come out and said it multiple times. They're just trying to move towards like being a store and a streaming platform. So like if they already have the customer base with their Game Pass, they don't even have to sell consoles anymore. So they don't have to lose money on that. They can just sell you the games now. And like Sony, eventually, yeah, you can win the console war, but no one's going to want to play on a console in probably 10 years.
I mean, right now it seems like a lot of people are going PC anyways. It
That's what I
seems
mean.
like the move.
I think
So
that's.
no one's going to be playing on a console soon.
I think that's
So-
why, like, PlayStation doesn't want their games on PC. I feel like they're holding on to the console, the PS5, the box, and I feel like every time they have a game that goes on PC, they feel like they're losing a little bit because now their game is, they're not selling their console. Like, their exclusives are amazing. Don't get me wrong. And they absolutely push the console. But without that, do they need Game Pass or can they survive off exclusives? I guess that's the ultimate question. But at 30 million subscribers, I mean,
Xbox made it clear that they don't really need their exclusives either. They just give them away with Game Pass.
true.
So I don't know. I mean, it's Sony. It might be more valuable for Sony, but like, I don't know how much these games actually sell when they come out anymore, and if it even matters. I know a lot of people wait for those exclusives to drop in price because they know they will.
Yeah, eventually.
I mean, I gave God of War, what? I didn't play it for 2 years, but when I finally got around to it, I think I got it on sale for $10. So like, it's not
Really?
like,
You got that for
yeah,
the
I got
PS4?
it. It was like on this ridiculous discount.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid the regular retail.
I feel
So I
like
think-
God
I
of
think
War
they
though is a
need to
game
do-
that you don't have to play though when it's dropped. That's a game like you can hold off and wait for the discounted price.
Yeah, but that's all exclusives in my mind. Like,
yeah.
does Sony have a multiplayer exclusive that like really?
Well, that's
really
what I was
drives
going to bring
people
up
to play a lot?
next. Sony's exclusives are amazing, but
They're
they're all
fantastic.
single player. I think Uncharted has some multiplayer. Last of Us had some multiplayer, but it was like an afterthought. It wasn't like
It's
like
always
Halo
it's
multiplayer.
always
you know?
bad. Yeah, it's never. It's always like, well, I can do this on like say Call of Duty, and it's a much better experience. Not on like I remember playing the Uncharted multiplayer, and it was that third person, and you're like, oh, you can climb, you can do this, but then like everything was super unbalanced. And like you had aim assist in the campaign, and then you go away from aim assist.
Yeah,
in
and the aiming was rough.
It was so hard. It was really hard. I was like, I don't like this at all.
That was tough. I think Game Pass is, besides an excellent value, I think they actually give you a good selection of games. There's a lot of games on there. And to be honest, half the time I'm just like, wow, there's so much. I don't even know what I want to play. And the fact that they have 30 million subscribers, it's obviously, doing well. I'm just wondering, are they making good money on that? Is this sustainable?
Figure 30 million people at $15 a month.
I feel like it's absolutely sustainable if they just keep putting the AAA games on there.
I think
People are going to keep doing it.
I think where the issue might come in is what do they have to give up to get these games? Like if they can give up, just what they got to give up and they can get it and still make a profit, then it's good.
Well, the ones that are still going on there, it's just their exclusives and their IP, right? So
Well,
like
no,
Halo
there's a lot of third-party games. In fact, just
Yeah, but
this
those
week,
third-party games get
like
paid
Avengers
handsomely,
came.
I'm sure.
So like what did Avengers, what type of deal do you think they got in order to get that on Game Pass? You know what I mean? Like Square
Maybe
Enix must
they
have did something because they're getting something out of it.
Well, depending on like I know I used to see I'm not on console anymore, but I know I used to like just download the game just to have it in my library in case I ever wanted to go back to do it. So I don't know how many people do that like me, but I don't think they're giving up too much, and I don't know how many people are actually going and getting the Game Pass games. Like casual gamers who just happen to have it might download it, they might not, and then after that month when it goes back to being a costly game, they're so I don't know how much they have to give them because they're still going to end up making money on it later.
Well, that's the funny thing you said that about once it's off Game Pass, are they getting anything out of it? And actually, some of the smaller developers that went to Game Pass early, like say the middle of last year or early last year, they said they actually saw a rise in straight up sales after it went to Game Pass. So I guess it went to Game Pass, people tried it, and I guess some of those games they liked so much
It's
they
probably
just
like
went and
word of
bought it.
mouth, or that was like word of
Yeah.
mouth, and like their friends were like, "Oh, you missed it. You should get it though, anyways."
Or maybe Game Pass is the new type of demo where you download and play the game, and when it
Yeah.
goes off, it's gone, and you can wait for it to come back. Or if you liked it enough and you're like, hey, this is for me, you go and pay the money for it. I mean, either
You play
way,
it for like a week, and you play it for like a week, and like, man, I really did enjoy that game. I will buy it.
I hope they don't start
Yeah.
doing timed Game Pass games. I mean, or like even like with PC because they're starting to move a lot of games to the PC. I hope they don't start doing the timed games where it's like, oh yeah, you can get it, you can play it as long as it's in the Game Pass for this month.
well,
But like
that's
once it goes out of
how.
Game Pass and you didn't download it, or you did download it and it's out of Game Pass, then isn't that how PS Now works right now?
Well, that's how it is right now on Game Pass. So, for instance, Grand Theft Auto 5 came to Game Pass, and then it went
That's how I got
away
it.
for several months. And if you don't have it, you can't get back in. Like you have to go and buy it, they said.
No. You're so I'm saying that as long as I own Game Pass and I've downloaded this game when it was free or in the Game Pass store, I'm allowed to play it. I'm
So, like,
saying that if I still
you
own
could
Game
still
Pass,
play
the
it?
game goes off of. Yeah, I still have Game Pass.
No, but I'm saying like if the game goes off Game Pass, you can still play it. I thought once it was off, you just had to
I
wait
always
until it come back.
see. Okay, then that's okay. We were on the same page. I'm just misunderstanding. So yeah, I guess that's what I always didn't want to deal with. Like, especially if I'm into a game and they're like, "Well, it's out of Game Pass. You got to buy it now." That sucks. I don't think they should do that. If you're gonna put it in Game Pass and the person downloads it, and as long as they maintain Game Pass, you shouldn't lose the game at all.
I think the only part that comes in there is whatever deal they work out with the publishers. So like
Yeah.
say they're like, "Hey, you can put our game on your service for 3 months." And then after that the deal's up. So maybe that comes into play because we know the first party titles are on there. Like you download Halo Infinite coming out December 8th, you're going to be able to play that. They're not going to take that away from you. But I
But
did
that's free
see
anyways.
Right, but I did see Red Dead Redemption come and go. I saw Grand Theft Auto 5 come and go, and I own Grand Theft Auto 5. So I don't know if you could still play it now that it's gone or not. I'm not sure how that works.
I bought
But-
it last year like an idiot, so I wouldn't know. I didn't get it through Game Pass.
Wait, hold on. I could go check right now because I know I'm sure I still have a Game Pass game downloaded. How's Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon? Wasn't that a Game Pass game?
I don't know. I
Or
know
was that a gold game?
like a lot of most like let's be honest, most of the games that got
Well, it's
removed.
not on, it's not on Game
Wait,
Pass.
so maybe I'm misunderstanding. So Game Pass and gold games are still different, or are they all the
Yeah,
same?
so now games with gold is different. If you get
Okay.
games with gold, you download that game, you have it forever. You don't have to
Okay,
worry
yeah.
about playing it the
That's-
wrong month
That's
or whatever.
What I'm saying.
You keep
Okay.
those games. But with Game
So-
Pass, it's kind of like Netflix. Like if you liked watching The Office, they took it off of Netflix this year, so you can't watch it on Netflix anymore.
Okay.
So I think that's how it is. But I haven't played anything that they took off of Game Pass that I didn't already own. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. So,
Okay.
but now speaking of
That's where I was getting confused.
well, now speaking of live services, we're gonna change topics now. We're gonna head over to Nintendo. Now, Nintendo for the yearly subscription. You guys both have a Switch. Do you have the online subscription?
I had it and
I
got rid of
think-
it.
because I
haven't
have
played
it.
my Switch in months.
They charge me
That's what I mean, I haven't
$20
used
a
it.
year, and I can play online. And it's nice because it's cheaper than Xbox and PlayStation, and you get to play Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, and Game Boy games. Well, now, just last week, they announced that they're going to raise the price to about $50 a year. So it's about the same as
Well,
Xbox now.
more than double.
More than double, but you're going to get 9 Nintendo 64 games, and you're going to get Sega games you could play now also, and they're going to add more games later. And so the question is it really worth it to play these old games, which I think Nintendo, they're not only double dipping, they're triple dipping, because you bought Super Mario 64 on the 64. Then they just had the triple pack where you had Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. And now they're saying, hey, if you pay $50 a month, you can play Mario 64 online on Switch. So
Now,
it's like,
does that include
I don't
GameCube
want that.
games or no?
no GameCube games.
So
yet.
they're still not going back and using those GameCube games.
No.
After all this time, they keep dipping back into the 64, but not touching GameCube. It's so
Yep,
weird to me.
and the weird thing is they didn't come out with the 64 Mini like they came out with the NES and SNES Mini.
You know, here's the
I'm
thing.
done with
that,
the old games. Give me some new stuff.
and here's the thing with those games. Fran, go on your laptop right now, and Chris, you can do the same thing. Search N64 emulator and play the games you want to play.
Right, you can,
Did you
absolutely.
see? Did you see the new Series X has that new update they got for their Internet Explorer on there? People are using N64 emulators from their Xbox and using their Xbox controller.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had
So
no
like,
idea.
it's not even like a hard thing to go play those games. I'm not going to give them $50 a year just to play those. Now, did they add the ability to like start a party chat on there, or can I?
Yeah, that's one thing
I
that
don't
blew
know
my
yet.
mind. No
Can
party
I make
chat.
my own name, or do I still have to have a stupid friend code? Like that's
I'm
the
not
stuff
sure
that matters.
exactly. And to be honest, the $50 price point, I think, is still in fluctuation. That's what they said it was going to be, but I don't think it's like a final thing yet. I think they are still up to change it a little. I still think it's going to be at least $40 because they're trying to get every dollar they can out of these old ass
Still,
games.
My thing is, I'm done with the old games. Like, I enjoyed that new Mario game.
Yeah,
That was
me
fun.
too.
I put
Mario
20,
Odyssey was
20,
amazing.
30 hours into it. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Even
It was
even the
worth
new
it.
Paper Mario, Origami Mario, that was great. All the AAA
Yeah.
games are fantastic. I'll play every one of those.
But
I'll
I'm
give
not
them the money
paying
for them.
double the money a year, so I can go play your game that I played when I was 8, 9 years old and beat it
Yeah.
already.
And I get that, but
it's-
there are people out there that are nostalgic and they're like, yeah, I'm going to pay that price. I'm going to play it again.
And
I
those-
wanna
and
keep
they're the
playing.
same
Probably
people
still
that bought-
have their N64 and probably can play it right on it.
I was gonna say those are the
Probably.
same people that bought the Super Nintendo handheld console and stuff when
Whoa.
those came out.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Now listen 1 minute, all right? I bought-
$60?
Listen, I bought the SNES Mini.
Brian did too.
Hold on, listen. I bought the SNES Mini. I modded it, and I now have regular
Every
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega games on there. And it's an HDMI connection, so I can plug it right into the TV.
So you,
I can
so
stream
you
it.
So
definitely
you
don't
have
want to
no
pay the
use-
extra
You
money.
have no
Yeah.
use for this new Switch
Yeah.
platform. Online
No,
platform.
not at all. In fact, I might actually cancel my Nintendo online subscription only
Dude, it's
because
just- exactly not worth it.
I don't play any games online anymore. Me and Angela used to play couch co-op and play Super Mario Maker, where you can play all the different
Oh
levels
yeah,
that people
absolutely
have.
awesome.
But we haven't played that in probably a year now. And that's all I really used it for. I didn't go
Every
and play
ti-
Mario
yeah.
Kart or anything online, so
Every time I've played multiplayer on my Switch, it's been in the same room as with the people that I'm playing with, and it's way more fun that way. I would never want to play a game on the Switch online.
yeah, it just
I
doesn't
wouldn't get the
work
same
like
enjoyment out of
Xbox.
it.
Yeah, me and my
Yeah.
brother Mark used to play the PGA Tour online.
Yeah, you guys used to
together.
play every
It was
Friday night.
trouble. Yeah, I was like, why can't we buy this on Xbox? He was like, I haven't used my Xbox in years, and I have a Switch for the kids, so buy it on that. I was like, okay.
But
It
the
was
problem
interesting.
was, I remember Fran telling me,
We would
But
have to FaceTime each other
Yeah.
for party chat.
in order to talk,
Yeah.
they had to FaceTime each other for 8 hours.
Oh, I
Like,
agree.
it's
I know.
ridiculous.
That's what it is. It's just not. It's not there, especially when there's better options out there for people to use.
Yeah, and like you
The
said,
Switch still right
emulators, which we don't condone pirating here, but I have all my
I
games
don't know
backed
anything
up.
about what you guys are talking about.
I have
Okay.
all
what?
my
Well,
listen.
we didn't say nothing
Every
about
game I
pirates,
ever
right?
bought, PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, I have them all backed up on an emulator on a flash drive too. That way even if I can't play the cart,
Are
I
you
can
a
still play
pirate?
it. No, I
Yeah.
keep the one like the ones I bought, I have a backup so I can play it on the
Oh,
computer.
I see.
Yeah, like I love Robo Warrior on NES. It's a game most people probably never even heard of. But I have the actual game, but I don't have my Nintendo like set up. It's just sitting there, collecting dust. And so instead of trying to mess with it and worry about messing it up or, any type of damage to the cart, I'm trying to just keep it nice. So I downloaded the ROM and the emulator so I can play it on the computer anytime I want. And actually with the SNES Mini, I added it to that because I what do they call it? Jailbroke my SNES Mini or whatever. So I put the I forget the name of the thing that has all the emulators on it, but I put that on there, and so I put the NES games I own, the SNES games, my Sega games. I put them all on there, and now I can just plug it into my TV and play it. It's amazing. I love it. I haven't played it in
That's
a
sweet.
while, but it's cool.
See,
And
like-
but
but with HDMI, I can even stream it. We could play one day. We could play couch co-op on any of these games I have on the SNES Mini. I can plug it into the capture card, and we can stream the whole thing. So
but you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to get me in party chat, bro.
I want to add one
No.
thing. Just how gimmicky most of the NES stuff is and the N64 stuff is. I'll play it for a day or two. I might have fun with it, like at a 5 people over or something. We might have fun for an hour, but then it just goes and dies again. It's just not what it's
I
not.
agree.
It doesn't hit the same.
It
nerves
doesn't. It
used
doesn't
to.
hold its replay value on it.
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
agree.
hit the same nerves at all.
Now
What I
switching.
was saying.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Hold on. But what I was gonna say is what they're doing. They're charging you that PlayStation did with PlayStation 3, which was free. All you had to do was put your old games into the PlayStation 3 and it would play them. That's
Yeah.
fine. So, but now you want to charge me for your Nintendo 64 game? No, thank you.
Not even GameCube.
Well, it's kind of
Yeah,
like what
no,
they're doing with
not
Grand
even
Theft Auto.
GameCube.
Even Grand Theft Auto came out 8 years ago on Xbox 360 and PS3, and then they sold it again on Xbox One and PS4, and now in February it's coming out again on Series
Yeah,
X and PS5.
They enhanced the graphics.
I guess. I mean, and I guess maybe some of the Nintendo 64 games are enhanced.
You
maybe
already,
not. I
you
don't
already know I'm not a fan of GTA, so.
You love that game. All right, on to the next topic. Konami just said this 2 days ago. There are reports coming out that they're working on new games in the Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania, and Silent Hill series. The first is said to be a reimagining of Castlevania, obviously, because the original is like 8-bit NES. And rumors also suggest Konami is remaking Metal Gear Solid for the new consoles and might do a full remake on Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, what do we think about this? Are these series ready to be redone?
I
start
wouldn't
over?
mind a Metal Gear Solid. I didn't play the other two, so I wouldn't have any.
Didn't you play the first one with
Comment on it.
us? Like me and
No,
Nick?
no.
when
I
we
mean, I played Metal Gear Solid, but the other games you talked about, I don't even know what they are.
Well,
Hey
Metal
guys,
Gear
here's a fun
Solid.
fact about me. I never played Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid is a
So
good
you have
game
no comment here.
that I hold close to my heart. Me and Fran's brother Nick played a lot of Metal Gear Solid.
I
Metal-
enjoyed it.
Metal Gear Solid 3, I also enjoyed, but it was a prequel. And I think I beat that game 3 times. I actually really liked Metal Gear Solid 3. And so they might remake those, and I'm okay with that. I think if you ever, I'll put some video up on the podcast here, but if you ever played Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation 1, it's rough. Those graphics did not hold up. It looks horrendous, and it's rough
Yeah.
to play. So I could see a full remake for that. I'd be good for that on the new systems, especially after seeing how well they did with Metal Gear 5 on Xbox One. I couldn't imagine how great it would be on Series X. Like, they did a phenomenal job with the graphics and the gameplay in that game. Obviously, the story was absolutely ridiculous and didn't make any sense, and they never even really finished the ending. But, other than that, it was a good game. And
I'm also kind of tired of this remaster era though. I'm over it. Give me new stuff.
see,
Wait, are they remastering it, or are they or are they adding to what they already had?
I
before,
think they're remastering and remaking it from the ground up. But my thing is, after
just starting
playing,
fresh, it's not going to be remastered of the game they already had.
well, it'll have the same story and probably most of the same mechanics, but they'll be new. They'll be better. You know, they got a lot more hardware to work with versus the original PlayStation 1 and 2. So, I mean, they could do a lot with it. My whole thing is, yes, sometimes the remakes get old. You want to see something new, something reimagined. But at the same time, Capcom killed it with Resident Evil 2 and 3. Like, I played the old ones a ton. I loved them. And I played the new ones a ton, and they're even better. And I'm just like, maybe, you know, there's more games that they could dig into and completely remake like that. I'm not against it.
The art thing is, though, we have played all these games, and so we don't really care for the remakes, but they're remaking them, and there's a younger generation that's all about video games that maybe never played it. So they
Yeah,
can
but this
also
younger
tap into that
generation's all
market.
about it's all about
The-
multiplayer. Like
The
I don't
battle royales right now, yeah, and all that.
yeah,
I get it.
I don't like my nephew plays Fortnite and then I was like, "Oh, you should try, playing Spyro and Crash Bandicoot." And he plays for 10 minutes, he goes, "I'm going back to Fortnite."
Dude,
what I mean?
Crash Bandicoot was a great game.
Oh, fantastic game.
But maybe it's
Some of the
lost on the new generation right now. Maybe it'll be popular again in 5 or 10 years from now. I don't know. It's interesting to see. I will say, though, I still think Capcom did a fantastic job on 2 and 3 remake for Resident Evil. That they were great. I'd play, I think the 4th one is the next one that's rumored to be remade. I'd play that one too. Like, they just do a great job. And if they can do that level of polish and bring everything into the new age with Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and Castlevania, I think it might be a good move.
Yeah.
So what's Castlevania? I've never even played that game.
Castlevania is a game
Wasn't that like
where
a side-scrolling platformer?
it was side-scrolling platformer. You have a whip, and basically you set out to kill Dracula. That's like the basic dulled-down premise. There's been many games and many stories, but like that's the basic bare bones of it. You go out.
Is it like the movie they made?
I never saw the movie. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I
Is there a
never saw the
movie?
movie either. I swear there's one called Castlevania.
No,
or something.
there was a Netflix series.
Was it?
It was
Yeah.
I
probably
never
made
watched
off
that
of the
either.
game series.
But...
Yeah. All right, on to the next part. We're bringing it back to GTA because Fran loves GTA.
Yeah.
The GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition has been rated by Korea Game Rating Committee, which is like our ESRB.
Those motherfuckers.
It was originally rumored to release with GTA 5 Next Gen, but now it was pushed back. Now, my question is, do you think Rockstar is going to do this right? Are they gonna pull off some of that Capcom magic and bring these games into the 21st century or 22nd generation of console gaming, however you look at it? Or is it just going to be another cash grab like Nintendo tried to do with Super Mario, the last one they had, that All-Star pack where you got Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, where they did nothing to enhance the games. It was the same exact game, just ported over. Like Super Mario 64 wasn't even in widescreen. You get those black bars on the side of your screen. So is Rockstar, are they actually going to do it right? Or are they just going to half-ass it? I guess that's what it comes down to.
I don't know Rockstar to half-ass anything besides putting out GTA fucking 4 times. They still put out
they
content for
half-assed
it.
that, but they
didn't
the
half-ass
quality
Red
they
Dead.
put
Red Dead
into
2
the
is-
games. Yeah, the quality that they put in the games, I think they won't. It'll be like top notch.
So would you guys try this? Would you want to go back to GTA 3, Vice City, and San
No,
Andreas?
make me a new one like they've been
I mean,
saying.
I if it's gonna look like GTA 5, yeah, I'd love to play GTA 3 again or San Andreas. Wasn't
I
a
think
huge
San
fan of Vice City.
Andreas was my favorite one. I think
Oh,
that was the
there was
best
like
one.
2 eras of PS2 for me. It was like it was before San Andreas, and then like I exclusively only played San Andreas because it was the best game on the PlayStation. Like I would leave it go for like a week and go, I gotta go back. Something else I can do.
I agree. I
missed
sunk
something in
hours
it.
into it.
There's an Easter egg I didn't find yet.
There's that package, that 100th package you couldn't find. And
I
see,
did every bit of that. I beat that game so many damn times.
listen, those games are close to me. Like, I always loved Grand Theft Auto, and I still remember when Grand Theft Auto 3 was coming out, I was sitting there on their website. They used to have this 3D interactive website. It would show you the map of Grand Theft Auto, and it was like you could click on
remember.
different items and see stuff.
I did the same thing.
And I'll never
The same
forget,
thing.
they had the homeless guy sleeping in the tunnel. And I was like, when I get this game, I'm going to go there and punch this homeless guy in the face just to see if I could.
Of
And I
course you
could.
would.
But I was like, I
That's so
have to. I
funny.
got to see if I could even do this. And you could. I jumped in a car. I drove over to where this
You went
place
out of your way to
was.
beat up a homeless guy.
And I went and punched him in the face. And then I drove away. And it was like, it just broke me how you could just do whatever you wanted in this game. It was incredible. And to this day, like GTA 5, I put so many hours in the Grand Theft Auto series. And Red Dead's amazing too. Don't get me wrong. I love that game as well. I think Red Dead was a little
stand
better.
The movement, it was slow. It was too slow for me.
Well, I think Red Dead's a little better with the narrative though. I think the story they told, especially in Red Dead 2, was I just feel like it was a little stronger than GTA 5 and 4's story. I liked 5. 4 I liked, but I feel like a lot of people just like glazed over it. Like nobody cared about Nico Bellic and everything and his brother Roman. And it just kind of like Fran probably don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
Nah.
But like I don't know. I feel like Red Dead they put a little more toward the story on that one. But if they
I
remake
mean,
these
I heard Red
games,
Dead had a really good story, but depends if you like that type of game.
it's just a slow burn. I mean,
Yeah.
I was the same way. There were times I was like, "Come on, go faster. This is dragging on." But at the same time, I was invested. I was sucked in
Yeah.
at that
Yeah,
point.
I find it easier to get sucked into GTA than it was to get sucked into Red Dead. But Red Dead was like quality.
Well,
So,
the thing is,
I don't hate on Red Dead. I heard it was a great game. It just wasn't like for me.
it wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
but GTA is faster moving. Like you're jumping in cars, you're
Yeah.
running, you're shooting at people. Red Dead, you're moseying on your horse, you're walking through your camp, you're carrying logs.
Oh, that's a
Like,
good boy.
It was based in
It
like
was-
1850.
Oh, there,
Yeah, it was a slow
boy.
burn.
We'll get there, boy. I was like, fuck
I
off.
enjoyed going into the bars and getting hammered. That was fun.
Oh, there, boy.
You made it to the bars. I thought you were stuck in the snow world forever.
No, I don't remember what the beginning of the game was. I just remember playing an hour and quitting.
All right. Well, hopefully, if this is a remaster for 3 Vice City and San Andreas, I just hope they do it right. Like you can keep the voice acting because I loved Ray Liotta in Vice City, but I hope the visuals
Was that
and
Ray
everything.
Liotta? I was too
Yeah.
young to even realize that was Ray Liotta. That's
Yeah, I loved it. I thought Ray Liotta did a fantastic job, and they
He
actually
always
said
does.
after that they would never use a known voice actor again because people remembered it just because of him. They because like.
But
even
isn't that a good
yourself-
thing?
Well, even like the Super Mario movie coming up, the animated one, all these people are losing their mind because Chris Pratt is Mario. And everyone has an image of what Chris Pratt is and how he sounds.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
they
another thing I
put
read.
that on the
They-
movie.
Well, I read that they're nixing the Italian accent. So like it's gonna be just Chris Pratt talking as Mario. It's gonna be Charlie Day.
So it's just
as
going to be Chris
Luigi.
Pratt being himself.
I think they're keeping the like wahoos and stuff like that, his jumping noises and stuff. But as far as like it's a me Mario, that's done. He's not going to do that apparently.
That's what they're trying to do. I mean, pretty soon they're just going to get rid of everyone's ethnicity. You're just going to be the block
mean-
robot person.
I think we as Italians should stand up and say that I kind of like my Mario Italian. Right?
I mean, I get it.
Pizza pie.
Exactly. Cowabunga.
Coming
All
from
right.
an idiot,
I think having a known name though kind of it brings attention to it, which
coming from an idiot who
good.
has a Mario tattoo on his arm, I'd like to keep my Mario.
I
Italian.
forgot about that.
I
You
like
got to send me a
that
picture
tattoo,
for that.
so-
I'll put it on the podcast. I'll put it on the video.
Yeah.
And
I
Matt's
like that
Mario
picture.
tattoo.
I mean, I like that tattoo.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like you get an idea of a character in your head, like Ray Liotta or
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. So when you're playing this game or watching this movie, that's what you're thinking a lot of times. You go in with a preconceived image. So actually, after Vice City, Rockstar, I don't think they used anybody that was like a known, like famous
But
person.
I think
for
once
voice
you
acting.
go in, yeah, you have a picture of what this is supposed to be. But when you just see the animated character, maybe his voice is slightly different. You don't even pay attention to it half the time.
That could be.
Maybe some people do, maybe some people don't. I don't really care who the voice character is. Doesn't bother me.
All right, switching
I'm
gears a
not
little
going to
bit.
think of him being Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, might.
for Mario.
Switching gears a little bit.
Star-Lord.
We're
Or
gonna
the
jump
fat
over
guy from
to.
whatever show that was.
Hey, switching gears. We're gonna jump over to
Yeah.
Netflix.
Why are
Re-
you cutting us off?
Because you're not saying nothing. You're just making pizza noises back there. Mario noises.
What about Netflix? No.
All right, this week Netflix launched 3 games, which are
Wait, they're
only
going
playable.
into video games now.
They're only playable in Spain, Italy, and Poland, at no extra cost. It's called Shooting Hoops, Teeter Up, and Card Blast. They're only playable on Android devices. And my question is this the future? Are we going to see streaming services like Hulu and Peacock and Disney Plus put these, like, I don't want to say mobile games, but almost like mobile style arcade type games in, so like, kids can play them. Like me and you guys, like, we play real games. Like, we're not going to, at least me, I'm not going to turn on Netflix to try and play a game that is probably a game similar to my phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if I'm going to play a game like that, I could just pick up my phone. I'm not going to waste my time going through Netflix. Or if I want to play a game, I'm going to turn on my Xbox or my PC and play, like you said, like a real game.
But now, is this going to be the future? Like, or is
I don't
Netflix
think.
maybe going to try to push to real games? Or are they
Even
going to
if they
stick with
push-
this?
Even if I think they should stay in their own lane because then they would have to battle. No, I mean, I'm being serious. Right now, Xbox with Game Pass is already trying to take over that market of streaming real games.
I mean, we saw it with Stadia. Stadia, I don't want to say
How
failed
good
because they're
is
still
Stadia?
around.
Yeah, are they?
They had a
I
I
don't
lot
see
tried
of
to get-
commercials
problems.
anymore.
I
They had
tried
a
to
lot of
get
issues.
Stadia. I signed up for it. They never got me in.
I mean, I like the idea, but they just didn't have the games to back it. See, Microsoft, yeah, Game Pass is good, but Game Pass is good because of the games they have on there, the quantity and quality. So it's like Netflix, Amazon, they can't compete. Amazon had that one game, I forget the name of it. They released last year. It was up for like 2 or 3 months and it did terrible and they took it off and it was gone.
Well, they just released the hottest game on Steam right now.
The New World.
Yeah, New World. Yeah,
I mean, maybe they're jumping
Did
in
you play
and
that?
they'll do well.
I bought it and have yet to start it. So
Matt came home drunk Wednesday night after bar bingo and was like, I'm
I said,
buying
"It's a good
this. And
idea.
then he never
it's a
played
good
it.
idea to get this game and get the special edition for $50.
He's like,
maybe
yeah,
you
I'll
can
pay
try
$100
it today.
What? I can't. I gotta get invited to a server, or like I have to like lose the character when I go to play with my friends. I think I don't know how any of it works. I'm very
can't play the
fucking
game?
confused. So like you can go into a server, but like once you leave that server, so like say my friend invites me to play with him, and I leave that server, I lose
Yeah.
that character I was working on, so I have to start over. So like, why start 2 different characters or delete my character when I'll just wait for my
That's-
friend to invite me? I
That's
think
weird.
I think that's what it was saying to me, and like I was just confused. But there's a level cap on the game right now, so like I can catch up to them right now.
There's
So-
always a level cap, and then they'll raise it when they want people to keep playing.
Oh, I know.
All right, switching back one more time to Xbox. We're talking about Phil Spencer. Now, for those of you, Fran, that don't know, Phil Spencer is basically the guy in charge of Xbox. He's running things. He's credited with turning Xbox around and putting it back on the map after they, frankly, got the shit kicked out of them with Xbox One. Now, this week, Phil Spencer said that they are working every single day to increase our lineup of Japanese games in order to help bring Japanese games around the world. Spencer reiterated that Japan is the fastest growing market for Xbox, but I think at least me and Matt, we've seen this. Xbox has historically did terrible in Japan. Like their sales were atrocious. Like a lot of people
Well, isn't
said they shouldn't even
Nintendo their
bother.
main thing?
Nintendo
Nintendo
and
was always their
PlayStation.
number one.
And PlayStation.
Yeah.
But Xbox is pushing to get some of that market share. And with Game Pass, maybe they could do it. But my question is it worth like diverging resources to try and build up that Japanese gaming market and to add all these Japanese titles when your core audience that basically made you is in America and Europe? Like, should they even really try so hard to get in Japan? I mean, don't get me wrong. They have more gamers than we have any day of the week because they have a greater population that plays games. But is it worth it for Xbox when they're already on the ropes over there? Like it's already an uphill battle for them.
Yeah, but how much are they going to invest into it? It's the question.
I don't know. They don't give us numbers, but he
Or are they just
says
trying to test it, test the market, but still focus on what they're doing well with the American gamers? Or are they going to forget about the American gamers and try to conquer both?
I think they're
Then they
trying
might
to
fail.
push both. They're trying to push for both. But I don't have the exact numbers. I read, hints and stories here and there saying that there's like 20% or something of Japanese games on Game Pass right now. And if you look, there's a lot of anime games and stuff that a lot of people haven't heard of. And I'm just like, is this the right move? I mean, I know they want that money from Japan. They want to push and take some of that market share from Sony and Nintendo. But I don't know. I don't know if it's worth putting so much into it right now.
But if you look at Game Pass, so they're still not letting down the American gamer.
No, I agree.
They put some Japanese games in. Maybe we like them. I don't know.
Maybe.
I never played one, but
I think anytime you can like try to capture any part of Japan, you should go for it. Especially the way that they're trying to push their Game Pass more than anything now, and like that's people see that no matter where country you're from, they'll see it's cheap. You get these games with it, they're gonna want to buy it.
Yeah, and Game Pass. I mean, in a tough economical time right now, where a lot of people were hurt, due to COVID and things like that, and losing jobs or being laid off. Game Pass is a good alternative to straight up buying the game. I mean, even if you get Game Pass Ultimate, I think if you buy 3 games or play 3 games on there, you got your money back. Like you figure a game's $70 each. I mean, you're getting your money back if you just played, 3 full games on there. You're good. So I think this time it's good.
It's $15 a month. So you're looking at $180. $180.
But that's Ultimate. You can get it for 10.
What's the Japanese like? Are they PC gamers or are they strictly like Nintendo and PlayStation?
Honestly, a lot of them, and I thought it was odd. The majority of them are mobile, like Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah.
And the 3DS were a huge hit in Japan. That's why Game Boy is like one of the best selling consoles ever. Still.
Now they're just
how do they think
Clash
Game
of
Pass
Clans and shit.
Yeah,
and PUBG Mobile and stuff.
So how do they think Game Pass is going to work over there? If there was a lot of PC gamers, I get it. You can get Game Pass on PC.
Well, you can play it.
Like you say,
you can play it on your Android device.
Well, I guess Android's big.
Like how I do. So, well, Android is bigger outside of America. You're right. So
yeah, it's #1 outside of America.
Yeah, and actually, to be honest with you, they launched a thing where they have a web browser. I think it's if you go to xbox.com/play, you can actually stream and play games through a web browser. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't tried it because I have Android, so I just use the app. But so literally, there's videos of people playing Game Pass while you're sitting on a bus. I've done it before at work. I tried it out. I turned it on, and there I am playing it using my data. As long as I get 3 bars of data, I can play a pretty smooth
That's going to be a thing
game.
in like 6 years. You won't even. It's not going to be a thought like, oh yeah, I can just pull out my phone and play it.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those things.
That's what they're pushing for. That's what they want. They want you to just be
like, vacation trips, talking to your boys in the car next to you.
Well, it's like
going down the road.
Like whenever they came out with an iPad, they're like, it's just a giant iPhone. It's so stupid. Why would anyone have that? Now tablets are everything.
Everything. You're
like
right.
It's going to be a thing where
tablets are taking over for the laptop.
And Xbox actually
is only going to get better to the point where it'll be able to support AAA games and
shit.
I'm pretty sure these phones probably already can. They just don't want to give you the full power.
I'll tell you.
Every year they just slowly upgrade it.
Last December, I burned through 82 gigabytes of data playing Game Pass on my phone.
82 gigabytes.
82, yeah.
I use like
it uses a lot of data. But I played AAA games.
I've never used more than 10, and I got unlimited data. I need to start using my
phone. I played Red Dead 2. I played Control, and I played Rage 2. I played a few others, but those were the 3 I put a lot of time into on Game Pass on my phone, and it worked really well. There were some times, you get hiccups, lag here or there, but as long as I had 3 bars of service, I got a pretty good experience out of it. So, and they're adding a lot of touch controls now. So now they're trying to get to the point you don't even need your controller. You could just use the touch buttons. So I think it could do well in Japan. I'm just wondering, like, there's going to be a tipping point where it's like, okay, we put too much into it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to find that
Yeah.
balance, and maybe they found it. But from the sound of it, they're really pushing. Like he said, every single day they're trying to increase their lineup of Japanese games. So this is a big thing in their mind right now. I'm just wondering how far is too much. You know what I mean?
I think they'll be all right. I don't think we're gonna get like any less content. I think they're just
Yeah,
gonna
as
keep
long
pushing.
as as long as they keep up what they're doing on this side, I don't care what they do on that side.
That makes sense. And in the long run, it could help. I mean, with how many gamers are in Japan, they could have that many more Game Pass subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I
Even
mean,
if they what you said they got 30 million, which is what, all America, what, Canada too, I guess.
I'm guessing America, Europe, and
Just say
parts of
North
Canada,
America. I don't
North
know.
America and Europe. Well,
So
Europe is a
say
big
they
market
get another,
too.
Say they get another 7 or 10, say 7 million out of Japan. Wouldn't that be a success?
I'm sorry, I thought my mic muted.
It could be, depending on, like I said, we don't know what they pay these people to put their games on Game Pass. They
Yeah.
maybe everybody's making money in this situation. Maybe it's working well, but like
I'm
they don't put
assuming
out
they're
any
doing
numbers.
the same as what Netflix was doing, but I think Netflix was overpaying for movies at one point, and they were taking a beating.
And that
I
could
think they got that
happen to Game
fixed.
Pass at some point.
Yeah.
And actually, that's what a lot of people suspected. They're like, hey, like, there's no way Microsoft can keep us up. Like, if you look, they got Back for Blood day one when it comes out. They had Outriders 3 or Outriders 1, whatever it was. That game was great. I played through the whole thing, and I used Game Pass. I didn't buy anything extra. I just played it on Game Pass. I beat it. I enjoyed it personally. I thought it was a good game. And that's not a Microsoft game. So somewhere, they're making deals to get these. I just hope they can keep it going because I love it. I think it's great.
But look at it this way. Just say everyone has the standard Game Pass at $10 a month, and you said there's 30 million subscribers. That's $300 million a month. Now I know they're putting out a lot of money and everything else, but
it might actually be more because if you
money.
have Game Pass Ultimate, it's $15 a month.
Yeah, I know. I'm just putting everyone at $10, but yeah, so it would be more than 300 million.
Yeah. So you're right. Maybe it is a very sustainable future. I hope it is because I love it. There is a large selection on there. I just told Fran yesterday to download The Ascent. Now, that's a Microsoft title, but still, that's a brand new title on there. It has co-op. We can jump in and try it, and if we like it, we can keep playing it until they take it off, or we can buy it. And Matt, you can too on your Xbox. I don't know if it has crossplay. You might be able to play it on your PC.
I mean, I can still. I'll just use my Xbox. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you would need that Ultimate then, like I have.
I have Ultimate. You have to have Ultimate for PC.
Yeah. So.
Oh, they don't give you the cheaper one?
They don't.
It's not worth it. If I get the cheaper one, I can only play on my Xbox. Like, you have to have the Ultimate is for PC games too.
Oh, okay. See,
So
I got Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Well, I got Ultimate because I played Gears Tactics on my PC, and then I played it on my phone.
So yeah, there's no reason for. I don't think there's a reason for you to have it for him.
So I'm paying an extra $5 a month for no reason?
Well, no wait,
no
wait. Here's the
You're
thing.
an idiot.
No, listen.
Chris told me to get the Ultimate.
Listen,
This
Ultimate
fucking guy.
includes your Xbox Live. So if Fran plays on Xbox Live, he would still have to pay for that if he doesn't have Ultimate. So like for Matt,
Still comes down to $60. The extra $5. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah, I
extra
guess
$5 a month
it's the
comes
same
down to
either way.
$60.
yeah. So, and that's why I got Ultimate, because it includes Xbox Live, it includes PC games, and you can play on the app on your tablet or on your phone. So that's why I personally, I think Ultimate's a great value. Like I said, you play through 3 games, you got your money back. I mean, so we got to get Fran to play a couple more games and he'll be good.
I'm not even
Although
worried
you'll play
about it.
Halo. You'll play Halo this year.
We played
Forza?
the way out.
We played a way out, but I think
Halo.
that was a cheaper game. That was like a $30
It was like
game.
20. Yeah, I was going to say 20, even better. That was
But yeah.
great, though. That was the best 3 hours of my life this year.
Dude, it was like 8 or 9 hours. I don't know why you thought it was 3. We started at like
Yeah,
7 o'clock and finished at 3 in the morning.
It was great. You
He's
killed
like,
me,
it's the
that's all I
best.
remember.
It's the best 30 minutes of my life.
Dude, we laughed the whole time. I wish we recorded that.
Yeah, I agree. It was amazing. I loved it. I had so much fun playing that with you. But it was long. It was still like 8 hours.
And then we downloaded that one game, the moving company game. I forget what it was
I
called.
forget what it was called. That game was terrible. We were like running around sewers, like shooting something. Like these ghost things came in. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Like that was rough. See, and that's my point. Not every Game Pass game is a win, but we still played it. We tried it, and it didn't cost us anything extra. Just like the Ascent I had you download. It wasn't a big download size. I actually had fun with it. I only played a half hour so far. I was hoping we'd play some co-op. Might be fun.
They give you challenges too, though, that you can complete and then eventually get one free month.
Yes, that's the other thing. You can get gift cards. You could use it toward your subscription.
Yeah.
You can use those points for a lot of stuff, and that's interesting that they. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not making it like the Call of Duty Battle Pass where you just can get all your money back every month, but it's decent. It helps. It's something to give back. And switching gears over to Battle Pass, let's talk about Halo for a minute. I know we spoke about it last week, but me and Thor dove into it last night, and we weren't very happy
Thor,
with
you
it.
called me Fran this whole time, and
Thor, Fran Thor. Anyway,
Fran Thor.
we dove into the demo, and I was very aggravated. We were able to play 2 games, and that was it. It said that there wasn't enough players.
Boss. We never even played against humans.
It wouldn't let us play against players. We tried for like 10 minutes. Then we played against bots for 2 games, and then it didn't let us play against anybody. It just kept saying it was searching for a match. We ended up talking, what was it, like 40 minutes? We never got in a match for like 40 minutes. Yeah. Basically shit talking. And to make it even worse, so let me just get to this quick point before anyone says anything. Me and Fran looked at the Battle Pass. Now, I understand the real Battle Pass is going to have 120 levels, blah, 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 whatever. The Battle Pass in the beta is garbage, okay? I looked at it. It's 30 levels, and literally 2 of the levels, one is a left shoulder pad, one is a right shoulder pad.
Oh,
like, what the fuck is that?
I swear to God.
That's insane.
Listen, the visors are cool. The camos are cool. They give you no guns, no gun camos. Maybe in the final one they will. They don't give you.
You can go to the store and buy the gun camos. I just seen it before we started this thing.
Yeah, and the Battle Pass, there's 30 levels. They give you 9 consumables and 9 XP boost. Which, why the fuck do I need an XP boost when there's only 30 levels and it's all shit anyway? There was nothing good on it. Like literally, there was a couple camos. For? Yeah, because here's the other point. Me and Fran looked this up. When you're playing, in order to upgrade and go through the Battle Pass, you have to complete challenges. You can't just play the game like Call of Duty and get through the Battle Pass. You literally have to do their challenges. It's crazy. So I'm going to get an XP boost for what? For my level? Because it's not going to help me in the Battle Pass. It's not going to do shit. So...
Yeah, I think the challenge-based Battle Pass is, if it's the way we read it, I think it's going to be awful.
I think it's going to be bad as well. Dan Schwamney loved it, but I don't think it was good.
Every game... Go ahead.
I just wanted to say this one thing. Why did they make the beta so fucking impossibly hard to get? Just open it up, your Xbox. Open the beta up for everyone to play for the weekend and let people fucking play.
No,
why are we making
Xbox or is it Bungie?
No, it's Microsoft.
It's Microsoft Studios. They own the fucking IP. Like, just
yeah,
put it out.
they also own 343, I believe.
Yeah, I would say 343 is in charge of the game, yes, but like Microsoft still has the decision making over everything. Just put the game out. Two days, everyone can play it.
Brother.
But I have to admit, why was it so hard to get the demo? We had trouble. We tried last week. I think the only one that got in was Dan. And then I signed up for all kind of things. Finally had to download the Xbox Insider app to download the demo.
App that I can't find on the Microsoft Store anyway.
Yeah, Matt couldn't even find the Xbox Insider app. Like it was so hard to get this demo.
Once you told me what to do.
And then once we got into the
why
demo,
is it even a thing? Why do I even have to download that stupid app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I delete this app now?
Yeah, you can delete it now. But once we got in, we couldn't even play multiplayer matches. We could only play against bots anyway. Which is what I thought the first demo was.
Dude, the bots were really good.
Yeah, I got teabagged by a bot. Not going to lie about it. I'm not even ashamed.
Yeah.
A bot.
Did you actually get teabagged by a bot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it on video.
Faces.
I came back to life. I got spawn sniped. Then I came back to life. I got killed by a banshee or ghost, whichever one the little one is.
It's the
And
ghost. The
then
Banshee's
the
a
guy
flying
ran
one.
over. He punched me out, and then he teabagged me. He squatted on me like 8 times, up and down. And I was like, this motherfucker.
Wow.
I was so mad about it. And we couldn't even play against real people. Like this beta was terrible. Now, don't get me wrong. There were good things. The graphics looked good. The gameplay felt good.
I felt like it would be. I still think it's going to be a good game, but I don't like the way they say the battle pass is going to work. I think it's going to be awful. That's
All
where
right.
I hate the challenges because it ruins. It used to be like I remember Halo 2, like the grind to get to level 50. Like you had to win the matches, to rank up. Otherwise, you would lose a rank. That was a cool grind. I enjoyed that.
Some of them are, and I see what you mean. Some of that is fun to do. But I guess we'll
Yeah, I
see.
want to play the game. I want to win. I don't want to just. I mean, I guess killing's fun too. I don't know. Need a
All
happy
right, and then
medium.
I got 2 more things. First, we're going to go over the games coming out this month for Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus. Games with Gold, we have Aero, Aero, never even heard of it. We have
What?
Hover, Castlevania Harmony of Despair, and Resident Evil Code Veronica X, which I might personally go back and play. I've never actually finished that game, and I was
Resident Evil
really...
10?
No, it's Code Veronica X. And Code Veronica X, I just never... I don't know. I got stuck. My brother had it on PlayStation. I got stuck years ago, and I never finished it. And so I'm hoping to go back and finish that. And then
I
for
wonder
the
if that's the one I played. Well, go ahead. Keep going.
maybe you start on an island, like trapped in a prison.
No, I went. I was dying, so I was at a save station. I saved it, and every time I let it back in, the guy would kill me, and I never played again. I just quit.
You're like,
I said,
no,
"I'm done."
fuck this game. And then what about you, Matt? Have you ever played Code Veronica X?
No, I've never played any of those.
What about any of these other ones? Castlevania?
No.
No,
I played
those
some.
were
I
like-
didn't play
those
that
were
one.
like- I feel like I missed that generation of gaming. Like all that stuff that when the Resident Evil was super popular, I wasn't playing stuff like that. I was the one playing like Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter and stuff.
Did you play 8, Resident Evil 8, or no?
No, I didn't. But
Oh, maybe that's what we got to play through.
See, Matt,
Yeah,
those games, I would have been playing the same games as you when I was younger, but I was stuck with Chris and Nick, and so I had to
And you
jump
were
onto
stuck
their
playing
games.
Tomb Raider and screaming at
Yeah,
the
Tomb
crocodile
Raider
trying to eat our
and
ass at
all
2 in the
that,
morning.
yeah.
I did love Tomb Raider.
Now, on PlayStation Plus side of things, you get PGA Tour 2K21, the new one.
Nice.
You get Mortal
Great game.
Kombat X, which I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, and Hell Let Loose. I never heard of. I don't know what that is.
Hell
So-
Let Loose is it's a game on like and it's like a war game and it's big on Steam right now.
What
I
type?
know.
Is it like a strategy game or?
I'm not
Sure.
entirely sure. I know one of my buddies plays it a lot. He says he likes it. He says he enjoys it.
Wait,
So
isn't that the game you bought? What was the game you randomly bought?
he bought the New Day or New Hope?
New
or
World.
New World,
New
something,
Oh, I knew
something
World
new,
was
some new shit.
I was like, isn't that the game he bought? Okay.
But so if you got a PS Plus, check them out. I like Mortal Kombat and PGA Tour. I would definitely try those.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping to go back and beat Resident Evil Code Veronica X. We'll see. Never played it. Maybe we'll have one of those full day plays on it. And then the very last thing.
downloaded.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say I downloaded Mortal Kombat from my iPad again on mobile, and I was having fun. It said I can get all these coins if I like log into my Mortal Kombat X game. I was like, I don't have it.
And they had you. You're like, yes, I want these coins. Bring me in, baby. Tag me in,
Now
coach.
I can get it.
And then the very last thing I want to ask, the pop question of the week. What's your favorite cereal?
Cereal?
Yep. My favorite,
Cereal.
personally,
Ooh,
Cinnamon
this
Toast
is
Crunch.
tough,
I love
though.
Cinnamon
This is
Toast
tough.
Crunch.
Okay, since you said
I-
that,
I
I'm
know
going
mine.
Waffle Crisp
Waffle Crisp. I don't think I ever had
or
that,
the Rice
ever.
Krispie treat
So
or the
I
Rice
have
Krispie
two.
treat
I
one.
have two, and I'm putting one of them as the same. So like Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles is the same to me. I like those.
Yeah,
That's like it's up there. And I'm gonna throw out one you guys probably haven't thought about in years, but Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks. I had
Never
those.
The
had
one with
them.
the frog.
Yeah, I haven't had them in years, but I have heard of them. I had them
Fucking
before.
good.
What
Love
was the
Honey
one you
Smacks.
said, Fran? Waffle Crisp?
yeah.
I don't
They
think
look like little waffles.
I never had that. I never had that before.
They taste like syrup waffles in cereal.
Oh, my roommates
sounds
make fun of
pretty
me because
good.
I'll buy a big box of fucking like Cocoa Pebble or Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles. They're like, you're gonna have like 2 or 3 bowls because I don't eat cereal a lot. I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Then I throw it away stale a month later.
Did you guys see that they have new cereal that's literally the bottom of those ice cream cones that you can buy for your fridge? Like those waffle.
Oh, like
cones?
those
yeah,
chocolate.
It's literally
bars.
just
Oh,
the
that
bottom
sounds
piece of
great.
those cones. That's cereal
That
now.
little chocolate in
Yeah,
the
the
waffle.
fat
Yeah.
kid would be fucking needs that.
I was like, that's cereal? Like, what is
That's
this
not
now?
cereal. That's just a dessert.
You know
pour
what? You
milk
know
on
what?
top
It's
of.
a really underrated cereal that I never hear anyone talk about anymore.
What?
Apple Jacks.
I
Apple
haven't
Jacks
had
is
those in
pretty good.
forever. I
Yeah,
had
it's
them before.
underrated.
I don't really remember them much.
Well, try it. I haven't
So-
had cereal. I can't tell you in how long. Raisin Bran's also underrated.
Raisin
All right,
Bran, whack.
wait, one more thing for the
Frosted
Pop
Mini
Gaming
Wheats.
Cast. It's our favorite
those
time of
are
the
good.
week between for me and Fran.
It's the afterthought. Matt had something to say. Go ahead, Matt. What do you got left
There's
in
a very special shout out to our only listener. It's a friendly fuck you, but you still get a fuck you.
you? That's for Walter,
Hey, Walt.
the lurker.
Yeah, that's for Walt. I
those that
forgot
don't
to
know.
say his name.
Are we gonna say his name?
We had to say his name. People have to know. They got to know Walter's lurking in the shadows.
so
When you
funny.
think nobody's listening, he's there listening.
He's a bit of a lurker.
All right, Matt, do you want to tell them where they can find you at?
Honestly, just I guess my TikTok. I don't. Social media kind of sucks for me because I don't really use them. But yeah, my TikTok. I am the Matt Man.
He is the Matt Man. And Fran is still part of Pop Gaming, but he's not quite up there yet. But we're getting him there. He's still following some
Alright.
Instagram models.
I love it.
I don't even have Instagram.
And
I
that's
think you just
gonna
group me and Fran. Like my Fran is just me. I'm the Instagram model follower. Love them.
well, that's gonna wrap up this week, episode 3 of Popcast. Remember to like and follow so you can find us again. Check out our other content. We'll see you later.
Bye.